Hey, welcome to our yoga practice for Sunday, 10 a.m. I like this time. I like 10 a.m. If you want to sleep in, you can. If it's not, anyway, 10 a.m. is a great time for yoga practice. I'm hoping to get, our 10 a.m.s will be back on with the other teachers when we open phase 3. Anybody have any info about phase 3? No? All right, we'll get there. So today we're going to do more of a power yoga practice just because it's what I enjoy, and also it just gets us moving a little bit more and feeling a little bit more when we might have been a little bit more stagnant or, I don't know, sitting for a while. You run around a bunch, right, for your job? Okay. And you're sitting on the computer? Your computer life in? Okay, well, either way, it'll get us stronger for our week ahead. So today we'll start in child's pose. So the big toes touch, knees go wide, sit back on the heels and extend your arms forward. Allow your forehead to gently kiss the mat, just touching and noticing the connection between the parts of your body that are touching the mat. And start to feel a little softer. So no strenuous effort here in this child's pose. It's a place to check in, a place to deepen your breath. And so as you're in child's pose, go ahead and bring that awareness and notice to your breath. In and out through the nose. Filling your belly in all directions, like you're filling up a balloon. Or sometimes calling it a Buddha belly. As you exhale, notice that slow drawing out with a slight constriction in the back of the throat. That's our Ujjayi pranayama, or breath of victory. So it's a slow exhale. Try to slow down the exhale even more. Notice a pause at the top of the breath and the very bottom of the breath. And this breath will be your guide for your practice. So allow it to tell you and show you where we need to be in each pose, in each transition, backing off when appropriate and intensifying if you're feeling quite calm or your mind starts to wander. Take 3 more deep breaths. Getting grounded and preparing for a movement ahead. And 1 more deep breath. All right, from there, shift forward to the hands and knees. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. How's everyone's wrists feeling today? I only ask because my wrist hurts. So I'm like, anyone else? Anyone want just relate with me? But anyway, if it's not, that's actually good. So pressing into the fingertips, wide fingers, hands shoulder distance. Arch the back, find that cow pose. And then round the back, pressing into the hands and the knees, maybe the tops of the feet. As you press the tops of the feet, you can activate your abs a little more. We'll go back and forth, cat and cow. And then take circles or side to side with your hips, your waist. Yoga. And then maybe even some neck rotations. All right, staying on the hands and the knees. Let's come back to our neutral position. So drawing that belly up and in, shoulders away from the ears. Extend your left leg straight back. Toes pointing down towards the ground, heel kicking back like you're trying to press through the wall behind you into the props. And then extend that right arm, reach it forward. Okay, take a deep breath in. We've got our tiger knees. So we pull it in, elbow to knee, round the back, nice and strong. Do that 3 times. Inhale, forward. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, reach. Good, and exhale, pull it in. Inhale, reach, and go out to the side. Right hand out to the side, left leg out to the side, hip and shoulder height, and back to the front. So we're activating, engaging your glutes, your shoulders rotating, reach to the side, exhale. One more time. Reach to the side and hold it. Hold it, especially where that glute, that hip, that left leg feeling it, and take it back to the front and center. Bend your knee, reach back with the right hand. Maybe find the foot or towards the foot and lift the heart a little more. You can press into the hand with the foot. Gaze slightly forward. And let that go. Sit back in child's pose again. Just do lengthen out the back and reset. So this time we'll reach longer. Fingertips inching towards the top of the mat. Press down through the hands and activate the arms. You can feel the shoulders, the outer arms, biceps, and the upper back. Good, and shift back to those hands and knees. Walk the hands back, again, under the shoulders. Extend the opposite leg, that's right leg. Left hand. Lengthen a little farther. Awesome. And take one more deep breath as you reach. Exhale, pull the elbow and the knee together. Really squeeze up and in. Extend, inhale. Exhale, pull it in. Again. Exhale, pull it in. And then we'll go out to the side. Reach long first. Exhale to the side, squeeze. Keep that foot lifted. Inhale forward. Ooh. Exhale to the side. Flex the foot. Keep it active, drawing energy towards the midline. One more out to the side. Pause. Pause. Focus on the leg. Lift. I'm loving the faces. Okay, bring it back to the center. Bend the knee, reach back towards the foot or find the foot. Press into the hand. Lift. Shoulders squared up forward. And then release it. Back to child's pose, knees go wide. Reach, so you lengthen through the back to keep it even. And counter the pose we just did. And we'll make our way to our first downward facing dog. So the hands stay where they are. Shift forward. Tuck the toes. Lift those hips. Send them back. So your heels are drawing towards the floor. You might keep bent knees for now. Maybe even bending one at a time. Check out those hamstrings, those calves. Revisit that deep breath. Staying in down dog. Spread the fingers wide again. Relax through the neck. And then lift onto your tippy toes. So you're lifting your heels extra high. Try to keep your tailbone and your hips where it's at as you lower the heels. Not actually going to happen, but that same sensation, we're keeping that lifted and pressing your tailbone back. You're going to walk the feet forward to the top of the mat, just wider than the hands or hips, just a little wider for stability. Bend the knees, ragdoll pose, grab the elbows, shake out the head, and you sway side to side. Just add some relaxing elements to this forward fold. Then release your hands down to the floor. Roll yourself up or walk your hands up your legs, making a slow journey to mountain pose. And your feet can stay hip distance or bring them together, top of the mat. Wherever that is for you. Right, reach up, inhale. Connect the hands and just bring them down to your heart. Settle in this mountain pose, hold it. Nice, even, deep breaths, a little bigger, perhaps now that we're standing and we have more space. And this is a great time and place to set up for your day, that intention, that note of positivity. An intention might be to cultivate strength, peace, calm, happiness, joy, to see the silver lining in all that's happening. So press your thumbs to your heart just a little closer. Take one more deep breath and open your mouth and let it go. Good, hands come down, reach up, inhale. Sun salutation A, exhale, open the arms, swan dive, take it forward. Half lift, hands on the shins. Exhale, plant the hands down and walk the feet back to plank pose. Hold it, breathe into it, shoulders over the wrists, gaze at the top of the mat. It's going to keep your neck long. You can come to the tippy toes or the knees, depending on how your breath's telling you what to do. Bend the elbows and hug your rib cage as you lower. Slide the heart forward, pressing into straight arms, up dog. Good. Downward dog, look down, lift the hips up and back. And pause there, take a couple deep breaths. Take one more deep inhale. And exhale it fully out. Bend the knees, look forward, crouch low, and step or hop to the top of the mat. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, forward, hold. Rise up, inhale, bending the knees as you rise. We'll go right back down, exhale, forward, fold. We'll do this 3 times, so 2 more. Half lift, hands can sit on the floor or the shins. Exhale, plank pose, step back. One, shifting forward, breath in. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Take your time with each of these slow breath transitions, downward dog on the exhale. And 3 breaths. This is a great pose to get comfortable in, to find eventually a resting pose. And it builds a strength so that our wrists do feel better in time. Good, bend your knees, look forward on that exhale. Step or jump to the top. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Rise up, inhale. Little back bend at the top. Connect the hands and go right back down. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, plank pose, step back. Hands under shoulders, deep breath in, shift on the toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Want to try it? Add a push-up chaturanga before down dog. Maybe? No. Okay, not today. Downward dog, we hold here. Few breaths. After maybe like a month or 2 of regular, couple times a week classes, perhaps. All right, so we're adding on from here. Take the big toes together to touch, and your right leg lifted high behind you. Left heel rises, draw the knee to your nose as you exhale. Shift it forward, same as that elbow and knee, except a little stronger this time. Inhale, send it back, single leg down dog. Right knee, right elbow. Inhale, send it back. Right knee, left elbow. Go across, twist the body. Inhale, single leg down dog. This time, step between the hands, low lunge. Back heel stays lifted. Both back leg stays long. Front knee over the ankle. Fingertips only on the floor. Let's rise up a little bit. Like fingertips, middle finger only. Hips low. Ooh. Good, and rise up. Keep the hips low. Here we go. I'm going to add some breath to this pose here. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, push down as you bend the back knee so it almost touches the floor. Inhale, pull up to the shoulders. Knee rises. Pull forward, press forward. Exhale, lean. Pull it in. Press down. Knee taps the floor, maybe. Lift up. Press forward. One more time, pull in. Down. Keep the knee down. Flatten the foot, reach up. Straighten that front leg, half splits. Pull the toes back. Lengthen through the spine. Good. Shift back to our kneeling lunge. Let's go back to where we started, where we're in this lunge with the fingertips down. This time the left hand stays down, right arm goes forward, up and around for a twist. So the back knee is up to you. If you like it down or keep it lifted for more leg strength. See if you can reach a little higher. That'll add more twist, add more length, oftentimes add more stability too. You're going to take that hand back forward and down, making that nice circle. Fingertips plant down, or maybe fingertips or hands. Back knees lifted. Press into the left hand especially to lift the right foot off the floor. Okay, knee to nose. Yeah. Nice, step back to plank. Shift forward, chaturanga, exhale. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look forward, step or hop to the top of the mat. Half lift. Forward fold. Chair pose, bending those knees, sit back and the heels reach up. Good, and hands at your heart. So far, so good? Okay, we're in the work portion of our practice. I'm not sure if you could tell. The heat building phase. So chair pose is a great one to hold and feel. Like many of those. It's simple, effective, not always easy, but take notice of the upper legs, the breath. And reach your hands out. Finally let it go, forward fold. Half lift. Planting those hands down, step back, plank pose. Shift forward. Chaturanga, exhale. We have a bunch of these today. Up dog, inhale. I love the pace that we're going, a little slower. Awesome. Downward dog. No need to rush it. With those toes together, creating that good base, take the left leg and lift it behind you. Bend the knee, sending the left heel higher. Knee goes to nose, left knee to nose. Shift forward, weight shifts into the hands. Single leg down dog, inhale. Knee to left elbow, exhale. Or tricep, get it higher. Inhale, single leg down dog. And twist it across the body. Inhale, single leg down dog. This next one, we step forward between the hands. Lunge. Barely any sound. Awesome. Fingertips only on the floor. You're trying to get those hips low. We're breathing through the discomfort. It's definitely going to show up today. And it's a good thing. We can shake, we can breathe, and we can be okay here. And no weight on the fingertips, rise up. Good. Making sure our feet are hip distance, and maybe go wider if it feels like we're imbalanced. Good, inhale a little higher, and then press it on down, back knee maybe touches the floor just about. Inhale, lift. Press forward, pull it back, down. Lift. One more time forward. Squeeze through the shoulder blades as you pull back. Press it down and hold it down. Knee comes to the floor. Flatten that foot. Reach up. Straighten the front leg. Half splits. So imagine yourself kicking through that front heel. Your heel is the farthest point from your body. Your toes pull back. And shift forward back to that lunge. Where we came from, perhaps the back knee comes up. Right hand stays down, left arm reaches forward, up, around for that twist. Looking up towards the hand or the thumb. Pressing into that bottom hand. Keeping the shoulder away from the ear, so careful not to collapse. And also press into the big toe of that front foot. Keep the knee close to the shoulder. Left hand comes back down to the floor, maybe just the fingertips on this side. It'll help you pick up your foot. Back knee lifts if it was down. Lift the foot, draw the knee to the nose, find that plank position, kind of, and then step back into actual plank. Shift it and descend. Exhale. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look forward, step or hop to the front. Half lift. We're going back to our chair pose. Forward fold first. Chair pose, sit back, reach up. Hands to the heart. We're going to add a twist side to side. To the right side first. Inhale. Left elbow to right knee. Keep the knees and hips pointed forward. And press into that top hand. And just 3 or so deep breaths. Back to the center, hands to heart. Inhale. Exhale, everything out, twist to the other side. Back to the center, reach up. Interlace the hands behind the back, keep the hips low. Palms pressed together, knuckles down, look up. Forward fold. Ooh, balance. Shake out the head, lengthen through the legs. Maybe even rock the hands side to side, feel the shoulders a little bit more. And release your hands down. We've got one more standing sequence. So take a half lift. Back down to plank pose. Shift forward, chaturanga, exhale. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog. We will start with that right leg again. Lift it up, inhale. Step between the hands for our warrior stance and warrior sequence. Back heel spins down. Rise up right away to open up to warrior two. Right hand forward, left hand back. Checking out the feet. Yes. Good. This is like the first time I turned the heat up in here. Whew. It's only up to 75 too. Down here it's cool. Up here it's a little warm. I'm just not used to it. Bending into that front knee. Can you lean forward, reach forward without moving anywhere? Just reach towards like the front. Lean it. This is what people have a tendency to do, maybe not this much, but the leaning forward. So let's try to reach back, lean back, reach with that left hand. And then find neutral, back, shoulders over the hips. Big shoulder roll. You can close your eyes or look forward towards that front middle finger and hold for 3 more deep breaths. Bending deep or squeezing those heels together. Zipper up the rib cage. Good, and straighten that front leg just for a moment. Rebend. Reverse warrior, right hand high, left hand down the back leg. Good, and back to warrior 2. Straighten that front leg. Back foot might come in a couple inches. We're heading to triangle pose. Make sure the back heel is turned back. The toes maybe about a 45-degree angle. Reach forward. Right hand comes down. Left arm reaches up, triangle pose. Look up. Feel that left hip bumping back. Right hamstring. Feeling that sensation. Then as you're looking up towards the left thumb, you might try this. Take that bottom hand, the right hand, pick it up off the ankle or the shin, and reach forward. And here's our balance challenge today. Look down, reach that right hand forward, bending into that front knee, shift forward, and lift the back leg. Stacking the hips, this is half moon pose. You might find the hand on the floor or a water bottle or hovering just above the ground. Look down to start. Stay open in those hips so you feel the glute activation, the back of the legs, the hamstrings. And press through that left heel. Good. Step back into warrior 2. Gently, softly. Feel almost like a little break there. Reach forward. And the right hand comes down to the outside of the foot. Left hand does a circle around. And we pick up the back heel for that plank pose. Same thing. Try to get knee to nose first. Hug the heel up towards your backside. Bend the knee like you do knee to nose. And then step back to plank. Shift forward in plank pose. Chaturanga. Up dog, downward facing dog. In between sides, come forward to your plank pose again. Replace your hands with your elbows. And the palms are forward, number 11. I'm smiling at the sweat going on. Nice job. It brings me back to my hot yoga days. Almost, not quite. Okay, lift that right foot off the floor an inch. We're going to number 3s today, so that's 3 breaths in this foot off the floor. And they're quicker breaths, so switch sides. Left toe is an inch off the floor. Butts down. Shift the shoulders over the elbows. And foot down, pause. 3, 2, 1, child's pose. Big deep breath, let it go. Not so bad. Who knew we needed towels today? Well, you're doing awesome. We've got the other side and then we're cooling down or stretching a little bit deeper. So let's come back up to downward facing dog. And get that second side warrior series in. Left leg rises. Step between the hands. Back heel down. We do a nice sweep up and then open to warrior 2. Maybe adjusting the feet. Balance. Press into the pinky toe, front foot. Lengthen the arms. And lean forward, reach slowly to the front. Keeping the hands at the same height that they are. Parallel reach. Lean. Feel more into this front leg. And lean back. Reach back with that back hand. It's a little harder to do. Trying to reach for the props. Give me a block. And then back to center, neutral. Hold it. Keep that knee, front knee bent for now. Get the break soon. Shoulder roll. Soften them. Close the eyes. You're just looking forward, gazing at the front finger, and focus. Focus on that breath, one at a time. And straighten that leg for a moment. Rebend. Flip that front palm, reach up, reverse warrior. Back hand down the back leg. And back to warrior two. Straighten the front leg finally, a little longer. Back foot comes in a little. Turn and roll that back leg more towards the front. Hips to the corner of the room, that corner. Reach it long. Triangle pose. Hand comes down anywhere on the leg. Like that left hand on the ankle or the shin for now. Look up. Good. And into that core strength. Reach the bottom arm forward like you're serving cookies. Here you go. Giving a gift of strength to yourself. Good, then look down in front of your front foot. Bend into that front knee. Reach forward and lift the back leg. Stacking the hips, opening up and reaching from all distal points. So your fingers, your back heel, flex the foot, crown of the head reaching forward, half moon. Look down to start with, and if that gets comfortable, your breath is nice and fluid, and you start to look up. Or anywhere in between, down to up. Left hand to right hand. And step back slowly. Warrior two. Standing poses complete. Reach forward. Right hand, left hand down, then right hand follows. Back into your lunge. Bend that left knee. And then step it back. Shift forward. Chaturanga. We won't do forearm plank again, don't worry. Up dog. And downward facing dog. Pigeon pose. Right leg lifts. Draw the knee to right elbow and then turn the leg across. Shin goes down, lengthen the back leg. Hold here in the upright position. Walk your hands back. Abs in those to support that back. And you can be up a little higher too, or space in between. That's okay. Hand can go to the hips or the floor. And let's walk it forward, and we can be more passive. And get the forehead to the floor, stack the fists up, make a little prop for yourself, forehead on the fists. Releasing that tension that tends to build up here. One breath at a time, slowly dissipating, chipping away. I'll give you one option to add a little more different, not more, but different intensity to this pose, is to take that left hand and reach like a thread needle beyond or underneath the right arm. And the left shoulder comes down, left side of the head comes down. It's going to force your left side down a little farther so you actually feel a lot more in that hip. If it's too much, your breath is like, heck no, then come out of it and stay in that sleepy pigeon. And sliding out of that twist if you're in it. Let's walk the hands back underneath the shoulder, tuck the back toes under, send that right leg up and back. You can shake it out, you can stay here, adding some open hip variation, or take that right leg way behind you as you shift your weight forward, coming onto the left hand. Right hand picks up, foot falls to the floor, wild thing. Reach that right arm towards the front if you're in that flipped version. Keeping that right knee bent. And gazing usually down towards the left hand. And then unflip, pivot onto the ball of the foot, look to where the hand goes. Lift that right leg and place it down on the floor. Other side, simple, simple. Left knee to left elbow. I'll take that leg across. Extend the right leg back far. Taking some time to adjust. Let's walk the hands back, either on the mat or on your hips. And then let's walk it forward and find that nice feeling of a low pigeon. Releasing any efforts here. Option for that twist. You can take the right hand underneath the left shoulder and reaching it to the side. The right shoulder is on the ground, right forehead to the ground. Left hand continues to reach forward, making that cross. slide the hand back underneath if you took that twist. Now everyone will walk our hands back under the shoulders, tuck the back toes, lift that left leg, give it that counter action of movements, open hip, external rotation, possibly wild thing or that flip down dogs by shifting forward more into plank. Left foot comes down to the floor behind you, left hand picks up. And then from that flip, if you're a flip, look down to where the hand goes, pivot on the ball of the back foot, lift that back leg, and place it down to the floor. One more just to even out, shift forward to plank pose, way forward, lower down to chaturanga, up dog, and downward facing dog. You get to walk, jump, step, somehow find our seated pose. You can walk the feet forward, cross the legs, and sit through. Nice and tall. Good. Feet together, knees apart. And not just hold here, not the feet. We're actually going to take our hands forward and interlace the fingers. Lengthen through the spine and the hands. Little rock side to side to help get some space there. And then bend the right elbow, take it across. And then forward. Bend the left elbow, take it across. And lift forward. Lift all the way up. Flip the palms and reach the palms towards the sky. Pinkies back. You can look up or just slightly up. Knees will not fall as far to the floor. We're focused right now on the shoulders and our long posture. And then hands come down, find the feet. Now you'll take a long breath in, and now focusing on the legs and the hips as you press the elbows towards the thighs, the calves, opening up the knees. Bound eagle pose. Lift it back up, take the knees together, legs forward. Now roll the inner thighs a little closer together and widen the seat. Nice and tall, toes back, reach up. Hinge forward, forward fold in a seated position. Jen, you feeling your hamstrings? No, well then sit up taller. Taller, there you go. You want to feel the hamstrings mostly. The back a little bit, yes. It's a hamstring stretch here, not back stretch. And lift it back up. Point the toes, hands behind you. Lift the hips. If it bothers the knees, please bend the knees. If there's any sharpshooting pain ever, that would be a great time to find something else that has the same effect without compromising your joints. Lower down. Toes are at the top of the mat. We're going to roll ourselves down. So reach forward. Now we can round the back a little bit as you tuck the chin and slowly roll and find your body completely on your mat. Hug your knees in when you get there. And give yourself that nice little massage in that low back, the tailbone, the hips, the lumbar spine. Just rocking. And then place your feet down to the floor, hip distance apart. We'll do one more little back bend. It's bridge pose today, so press the hands into the floor too and lift those hips. Let's focus on more of a flat back though, so you're pulling the abs in, squeezing your backside just a little bit. And keeping space between the neck and the floor. Interlacing the hands behind you also could help to get the chest a little bit more open, the shoulders activated, upper back squeezing. And then let this one go. Rolling it down slowly, come down till your back hits the floor. Feet stay about feet stay mat distance, and we'll rock the knees side to side. And then bring the knees straight up, and then bring the feet straight up. Legs up. And keeping those feet above the hips, this is legs up the wall. Or we can press into the elbows and lift the shoulders over the hips, hands on the mid-back for shoulder stand. Be mindful of any aches though in the neck or the back that might not feel so good here. So make each pose feel a little discomfort's okay. Breathe through it, but it should feel good. And take those legs back behind you for plow pose if you're in shoulder stand. If the toes touch the floor, let's try to interlace the fingers and press the pinkies to the ground out in front of you. Then bend your knees around your ears or towards your temples. As they get there, try to squeeze in towards your face. Releasing slowly down from this version of bent knee plow pose. Lower mindfully, one vertebra at a time. Extend the left leg forward, right knee hugs in. A simple single leg spinal twist. Take that leg across, the knee across. You can lift the left hip and draw it underneath the right for a deeper twist to keep that spine in a nice neutral, long position. And use that left hand, draw the knee around. Right hand extended, keeping the shoulder. Right shoulder stays down. And take your leg back up to the top. Give that right knee a squeeze in, a rock side to side. And then switch. Left knee in, left hand extends to the side, right hand helps that knee across. You can tuck that right hip underneath the left. Look away from the legs. Enjoy this spinal twist, which is neutralizing to the body, the spine, after all the work we've done. bring your leg back to the center. Again, the same sort of squeeze in, hug, rock side to side. And then extend, actually hug both knees in. Trying to turn the heat system off. It's tricky. Hug the knees in or grab the feet for happy baby pose, rocking side to side. And then our final pose, or longer holding pose anyway. Extend the feet forward, let the feet fall open, and just allow your body, your mind to relax. Take in and absorb all the work we did today, both with breath, with strength, flexibility. And at the same time, let it go. Allow yourself to be here without expectations, to-do lists, thoughts. The thoughts drift in and they drift out without attachment and holding on. So eyes closed, body surrenders. Enjoy these next few minutes in silence. A place to just be. deepen that breath. Wiggle your fingers, your toes. And start to feel a little more through the body with each breath. Starting to reawaken, to transition to our day. Reach your hands overhead for that long wake up stretch. And then bend your knees and gently roll to your side. Good, and with all those feelings and all that goodness sealed within you, let's press back up to our seated pose to finish and conclude together. Good, palms up, rest on your knees. Inhale as you reach up. A big circling breath, and then draw the hands down to your heart, pressing them together, our mudra or hand gesture of gratitude, appreciation, Anjali mudra. Take one more breath in, and let it go. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining in this Sunday morning yoga practice. I'll see you again very soon. Namaste. Yay for challenging practice.